Hi, my name is Zach Keahey, and this is my marketing strategy analysis for Best Buy. In this presentation, I'll go over the electronic retail industry, the 5 forces that affect the industry, the target market of Best Buy's marketing mix, the current marketing effectiveness of Best Buy, and my personal market suggestions and plan for Best Buy. Okay, so the industry that Best Buy is in is the specialty retail industry. This is more specifically known as the electronic retail industry. This can be any company that buys electronics from a manufacturer and retails them to consumer. A prime example would be Radio Shack, which is also a main competitor of Best Buy. The forces that affect the industry are all 5 of Porter's 5 forces. The first being barriers to entry. 2 of these are upfront capital, which is most obvious. You need a lot of money to buy electronics in bulk and resell them to consumers. And then also licensing. And this is the problem because not every manufacturer, such as Samsung and Apple, is going to grant the right for a company to sell their products. They want to keep a high brand image. Next, we have threat of substitutes. When it comes to products, there's very few substitutes for electronics. And this is because we live in a very fast-paced society where we use electronics to communicate through email and get work done. So they're very hard to replace. The only way you could replace an electronic product, I would say, is if you were using it for pleasure. You can replace it with a book per se and read instead of going on your laptop and playing games. However, when it comes to services such as Geek Squad, which is a service that helps consumers with questions they may have about their laptop or cell phone or any other electronic, I would say those are very substitutable. And this is because Geek Squad is very expensive, and in today's age you can go on Google or YouTube and find an answer to any question virtually for free. Another force that affects the industry is the degree of rivalry. In the electronic retail industry, it's very high, and that's because there's a lot of competitors such as Radio Shack, Walmart, Target, Sears, Lowe's, Home Depots, and online retailers such as Amazon and eBay that all sell electronics. And that's simply because electronics are the high-ticket item of today's society, so any retailer who can is going to sell those products. When it comes to buyer power, that is very low because consumers don't go in and buy electronics in bulk. It's very expensive to do that, so they're not going to have a lot of negotiating power to negotiate the price down. When it comes to supplier power, however, that is very high because of new technologies that manufacturers are constantly creating. Best Buy, per se, holds a standard of holding the newest products, so they constantly are trying to upgrade their inventory. So when manufacturers are constantly upgrading their technology, they have the power over Best Buy to say, hey, if you want to keep your inventory up to date, we're going to charge you this amount. However, the supplier power suffers slightly because manufacturers such as Samsung and Apple do need retailers to move the large portion of their product. When it comes to Best Buy's target market, the main market they target is males and females between the ages of 16 and 35. In that target market, there are specific sections. The first being males and females from the ages of 18 to 24. And this is because 40% of them are in college, and college students have a high need for electronics such as laptops and cell phones. Next is small businesses who have needs for appliances and TVs to attract customers. And then middle-class families who are just the everyday consumer of Best Buy, go in to buy their miscellaneous electronic needs. Best Buy's marketing mix is very complex. When it comes to their product, their strategy is to offer the newest product and the highest variety of products. That's why if you go into Best Buy, you'll see, every brand of laptop, and you'll see the newest ones that are out on the market. When it comes to price, Best Buy chooses to offer balanced low prices. This means they want to offer low prices, but they don't want to go too low as to devalue their brand. So instead, they do medium low prices with a lot of service. When you go in, you get people helping you, answering questions, things like that. However, when it comes to their online sales, they're able to offer even lower prices because they have special promotions and online sale only deals. When it comes to place, Best Buy chooses to be conveniently located with many retail stores, and they have an online retail store. And online, you can choose to buy a product and pick it up in store, or have it shipped to your house. And when it comes to promotion, Best Buy chooses to advertise on social media, through TV commercial, and through printed ads that come every week in the mail or in the newspaper. The marketing effectiveness of Best Buy so far has been very effective. Their sales and revenue has increased every year for the past 5 years, and they're seen as the electronic leader in the industry. And last year alone, they sold $49.14 billion in sales and revenue. After researching Best Buy's marketing strategies, I've come up with a few suggestions of my own. First of all, I think Best Buy needs to offer more in-store expertise. From my own experience, going into Best Buy, I see a lot of teenagers and young adults on the floor. And while they may like electronics, a lot of them don't know how to answer my questions. I think Best Buy needs to implement a plan to hire more experts who know the products they're selling and can answer questions. My next suggestion is to revamp Geek Squad. I think Geek Squad is a great service that is able to answer questions of people who are having problems with their new electronics. However, I just think it's too high priced. They either need to lower the price or offer it for free to people who have bought Best Buy products. This is because I think the consumers of Best Buy would appreciate it if they got a free service with the very expensive laptop or very expensive TV they just bought, instead of having to pay $100, $200 extra a month in order just to get some questions answered. Lastly, I think Best Buy needs to expand their target market to older generations, and by that I mean people over 50. Now, most people over 50 aren't the main buyers of electronics, and I think that's because they're intimidated by them or they don't know how to use them. And I think again that's where Geek Squad could come in and help. If Geek Squad could hold in-store lessons or online lessons on how to use these complicated laptops and tablets and televisions, I think the older generation would be more than excited to buy these products. So in doing so, Best Buy could open a whole new market for themselves and a whole new means of profit. So there are my suggestions and my plan for Best Buy, and that's the conclusion of my presentation. Here are my sources, and thank you for listening.